going to be to make it out to the losers brackets to get in the semifinals. It is going to be Akuma versus Karin, aka Karin.
By the way, apparently you can join the Red Bull Battlegrounds Discord group chat. Add Red Bull Esports, #6612.
Yep, go there and chat with a bunch of people watching there. Of course, I'm sure all you guys are having fun right now in the Twitch chat right now. Thanks again, everybody, for watching here on Twitch. Hope you're all having as good of a time as we are here at the Red Bull Battleground.
Man, I just played a bunch of third strike up at that cab that's right in front of the stage.
Oh,
I'm not
really?
sure we were supposed to do that, but now it's working out. Everybody's there. now that's the big boy cab. It was pretty sick.
Nice. Anybody giving you any challenges?
Yeah, man, Gavin blew me up.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Chun-Li versus Q, not great.
But here we go. Speaking of not great right now, so far, things not going well for Karin. Oh, but here we go. Finally getting a little bit of play, but Al-Mas coming right back.
Doing a great job of just moving forward consistently. Finally, I like the champ just put an end to that. Well, not for long.
The standing heavy kick actually recoiled back into it. Look at that. All that red health and to the overhead.
That was just pressure, and it was chasing, and he never let go. And champ, despite that one DP, never really got out of it.
Yeah, that was... Even it was a nice little desperation DP, hopefully to change the momentum, but momentum did not shift at all. So Al-Mas came right back in there, and Al-Mas once again with another, wow, interrupting Mujinkac right in the middle of that.
That stand meeting kick is such a good counter poke. But I feel like for this matchup, you know, Akuma has great counter pokes, right? But he's been controlling the ground more actively, and that I feel like is Karin's job. Yet Champ has not been able to do it.
Okay, so like here's a great opportunity. Oh, he's gonna spend the critical art. He's gonna spend all of his meter to try to get Al-Mas down as low as possible. So he's got a tiny little bit left to take. Oh no! This is gonna. Oh,
that's it.
Yeah, he's got his own V trigger. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Good night.
His own critical art, I should say.
So that's a big bummer for Champ, but it is self-inflicted. All right, nobody caused that wound but himself. And so if you lose that game, sure, A, it sucks. You're in losers finals, you're about to go out of the tournament. But B, it was your own mistake, and so you just could not do it next time. You know, you could play better by just not doing a thing. And that means that you can still be confident.
Right. Right now, what's happening, I feel like, is that Champ 8 is basically kind of playing a little over-aggressive. He's not really looking at what Al-Mas is trying to do. So Al-Mas had that nice neutral jump there to steal that last round. Stun time now, and he's going to be working on a near perfect here. Jeez, the damage there. Akuma, of course, one of the highest damage output characters in my opinion. And Al-Mas is looking great here. I mean, that time Champ didn't even really have a chance to try to read anything Al-Mas was doing because Al-Mas just blew him up.
Well, he had meter for EXDP and we didn't see it. And we're still not seeing get-offy tools like that. Oh, jab, but then not into anything.
And Al-Mas feeling so confident that he took off the top part of the gi. Look at this. He is going in.
And did you see that? He just did immediate kick into Tatsu. He was sure about it. There was no mistake in his mind, and he was absolutely right. He continued to be right the whole rest of the time. It's a blow-up. That is your loser's final. So congrats there to Al-Mas for dominating, blitzing.
Yeah. That was completely one-sided.
It's a blow-up. Yeah, it was a blow-up.
Very one-sided. But shout-outs to Champo 8 for making it to losers finals. Good job to him.
Yeah.
But Al-Mas is going to be the one that is moving on.
I think that's Al-Mas, if I had to guess based on facial expressions.
Of course, the side that they're sitting on the table doesn't necessarily determine which side that they are playing on.
Well, we're going to have Pool 22 coming up next. We will have to start off with, sounded like Bunbun, versus Knoxedge. This is losers finals of this pool.
All
so,
right.
like I said, we're making our way pretty steadily through this thing.
Yep, again, there's 32 pools total to make it out here. There's going to be 64 players. 1 winners, 1 losers make it out of every pool.
Yeah.
And then they go into the semifinals bracket. Of course, the players who made it out on winner's side will all still be on winner's side. All the players who made it out on loser's side will still be in loser's side.
So we know some of that. Crane versus Psycho. The Good Ryan versus General Kills. JB versus who we're not sure yet.
And don't forget, Kramer beat Snake Eyes.
Yes, he beat Snake Eyes and Squall.
And Squall in that pool. Wow.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Vagabond versus a While. Neon somebody. King Birdie versus somebody. Neo Cable versus somebody. Ogyeon versus Alex Smith. All right, so we've got Massachusetts boys. Oh, and Zaf as well. Zaf beat Dominion to do it. Zaf versus Hevito. Island Boy versus Luan. Shine versus Banana Jin. Alex Myers versus Not Sure Yet. Tampa Bison versus the Cool Kid 93.
Whoa.
Man,
Oh, man.
I'm looking forward to that one. And then LPN versus We Don't Know Yet. To round it out in winners, Wolf Crone versus GS Ham Bam. And losers, so far, some of the folks to look for. Snake Eyes, K-Brad, Dominion.
Dominion, okay, so he made it out.
Nephew. And I continue to root for Dirty Hobo Tactics.
So in other words, that means Squall did not make it out of the pool then.
Yeah.
So he ended up losing to Dominion, and I'm assuming Snake Eyes. I mean, not Dominion, Kraymore and Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
I wonder how I got Kraymore and Dominion confused.
I don't
in my
know, it's
brain.
crazy. They look so different.
Weird. I know, right?
Now, let's begin.
Well, here we go. Chun-Li versus Urien, looks like. Yeah, Chun-Li versus Dominion. Or versus Urien. God, James.
Sorry. Now
Got
we're
it in my
confusing
brain.
everyone for Dominion.
Well, he used to play Urien.
That's true. For a very brief period of
Yeah,
time.
for pretty brief.
But a great start right there for Knoxedge. Wow, look at this. We have seen some pretty aggressive play from a lot of players recently. And Chun-Li, of course, not a character that we see too much of recently.
Yeah, but I feel like she was poo-pooed a little bit too much.
Yes.
With of course, she did get nerfed. She's not the same character she was in Season 1. There's no doubt about it. But she is not as bad as people originally were saying, for sure.
I mean, you see guys like MOV with some great success in his character. Look at this, Bunbun went for the reset in the middle of that.
Yeah.
One of the toughest things about Urien's overhead is that it is so telegraphed. There's no other move that looks like the start of his overhead. So the very beginning of his overhead, even though it's the same speed as a lot of other overheads, it's a little slower, but it's still just telegraphed so much more than most other overheads.
Yeah. Pressuring. Oh, walk up for the grab. Here's Bunbun now with a good opportunity. Got to make this one count. Keeping himself safe. Still there. It's a very light contain, but it's a contain. Oh, unfortunately for him, he gets other side. And now Jackson gets in here.
Okay, into V trigger. EX legs into the corner now. And now Bunbun just trying to get his way out of that corner. Oh my god, that looked like he tried to do a crouch heavy punch. Just got eaten up by Chun-Li's jumping heavy kick. Woo! Able to block in time, but thrown.
This is very close for Bunbun.
Yeah, watch
Jackson
out for
stays
EX
alive.
shoulder into.
Oh,
That's
yes.
what he wants. He wants EX shoulder in the mirror.
And as soon as he built EX, what did he do? He did EX. Why not? Why not? EX, why not?
I mean, you saw him do it the first time. You knew that's what he was going to go for, but it was a trade, so he didn't get the mirror. If I was Knoxedge, I mean, you have to know that's not a true block string, so you just let him do it,
Right.
EX shoulder, and as soon as the mirror comes out, punish him for it.
Safe, although it gives a turn in doing that EX legs. Very buttonsy in that mid-range, and I don't often see Urien fight like that, but that's looks like Bunbun is content to do so. Meanwhile, Jackson controlling things in the mid-range pretty well.
Alright, trying to get in there with the knees. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I
it's very
feel like
buttonsy, right?
Bunbun has not stopped hitting buttons for like a good 5 seconds on that clock right
Maybe
there.
it's a little contraction. Bun-button.
Button.
And in there even still. Oh, he can take this. Jackson's in trouble.
Nice block on the overhead.
I feel like
All
he's
right.
gonna EX legs, but uses it there. Anything's gonna do
I
it.
like that. Low, 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 low. Just trying to pressure him and to walk backwards a little bit. And sure enough, finally did walk backwards and got caught by the crouching medium kick. All right, so Knoxedge going down one game now. Gonna have to see what he can do.
I thought he started it pretty well. I thought that first game was pretty good. Or first round, I should say. I thought he had good pressure, good movement, good space control. And yet Bunbun's style in that mid-range is so weird. It seemed like it just kind of caught Knoxedge off guard. It's buttonsy buttons. Don't get me wrong, Urien has some great buttons, but you just rarely see them used that often, that frequently.
All right, catches him with the knees again. And again, trying to remain very aggressive. For the V-trigger combo, they're going to work out well for Knoxedge.
Okay. EX. Why not? Oh, gotta punish this though. He tried!
Oh, yeah, but he was just going in a little bit too close.
He overextended. Excellent anti-air this time on the hanging roundhouse. Last time it beat the down fears. It will beat a lot of things, but that was perfectly timed by Bunbun. Match point.
I feel like if you're Knoxedge right now, you really gotta try to calm down a little bit and play a little bit more back. Play a little more defensive. Let Bunbun hang himself a little bit more because Bunbun is just going crazy. He is being very aggressive, and one of the best ways to fight that is to try to play a little more defensive style. But
another way to deal with it is to fight fire with fire, right? I think that's the intention for Jackson, but it's just not working out.
Okay. Good call. Woo! Oh, that should do it right there. For some reason, I thought he was just gave himself a nickname that would score as many points in Scrabble as possible, but no, Jackson got it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's real. I just made it up, but
that seems like a pretty good. That seems like a pretty good guess. Right
yeah,
there.
I believe it. So we've seen a couple of losers finals so far. Oh, then neither one looks too perturbed about how that went.
Yeah, seems like they're both happy about it. So you're all here to have a good time. I mean, there's a lot of people. So here's one of the wonderful things about what Red Bull Battlegrounds is doing here. Last year we were in Seattle. This year we're here in Boston.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of events in this particular area here, right? I mean, there's definitely a lot of stuff going on in the Northeast, but you know, there'd be stuff like in the Philadelphia area. Defend the North is in New York, et cetera, et cetera. But I have talked to a lot of people who have said that this is their first FGC event.
Really? Okay, that's great.
Yeah, a lot of people have come up to me and they're like, yep, this is my first FGC event that I've ever been to.
That's really good to hear. I'm glad that people are coming in like that, and this is a good one to start on.
And actually, to be honest with you, some of them, a lot of the guys that I talk to aren't even necessarily from this area.
Okay.
I've talked to some people who are from Michigan, some other people who are, oh yeah,
here's one who is not from this area.
That's right. It is Mikey Chia, of course, known as XSK Samurai, who's been going just as plain old Samurai for a little bit now.
That's right. That's right. He is in pool number 32, and he will be playing, looks like, in winners finals. Oh, against Magneto. Cool, there he is, Magneto.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Magneto,
great player from Texas.
He was a strong Viper in Street Fighter 4. He's been playing for quite a long time. Played games before that, too. He's been around here in Boston.
So you said this is winners finals,
yes,
right?
I did.
Yeah, okay. That's not surprising to me at all. Mikey, of course, made it into Capcom Cup last year, was picked up by Winter Fox almost immediately right before there, but then...
Aw, look at those cute little hairs just below his chin, or just below his lip. You see those things? There's like 10 of them. They're congregating. They're hanging out together.
Look, I can't say anything. I can't say anything, okay? I can't say anything. I can't grow the beard in like 3 seconds like you can.
I don't know about 3 seconds.
Did you shave this morning?
No. I shaved before we flew on Thursday.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. You see right there, Magneto rocking the Dream Hack sweater right now.
Oh, look at those little guys. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Maybe 11 or 12. Have to see a closer close-up.
Oh, man. Of course, from the Fresno area now, which is more central California. Now he lives up in Northern California, so he is rocking the Northern California representation.
Is he in the Bay Area?
I believe so, yeah. He got a job up there. He just graduated and got a job up into Northern California region, so he is now officially moved up into that area.
Okay.
And of course, he was a Ryu player in Season 1 and in Street Fighter 4 as well. Obviously, Ryu not quite, up to snuff in this game, so he has switched over to Akuma.
Check out Akuma with the little red bulls down there on the bottom. You see those underneath the A?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Pretty cool. And nice. I really like this birdie Halloween outfit. It's so cool. So I've seen Magneto play a few characters throughout the lifetime of SF5.
It's funny because there's actually you never played the Arkham Knight game, right? There's like an Arkham Knight game, and one of Batman's enemies is like this guy who dresses up in a pig outfit. He's like a butcher.
Okay.
I was just like, okay, there you
go then.
Sort of reminds
so
me
yeah, I've seen Magneto play a few different characters. I wasn't sure which one he was going to line up with right now, but it's Birdie coming on deck. I like Mikey's Akuma a lot. It's very patient. He's okay with waiting it out. He is patient defensively on his own wake up, and then when he's in, he plays it super well. But it's very calculated.
Yeah, Mikey is probably one of the best in terms of like the, fundamentals. People like to talk about fundamentals and such. He's one of the best at that, in my opinion. He plays very solid. Although he does a lot of very crazy reads, like meaty uppercuts that he likes to do. But for the most part,
well, part of why that works is that you play a whole game against him, and he's doing this, walking and blocking, very light stuff. Maybe he jumps now and then, but nothing wild. And then when he does bring out the wild stuff, you just don't expect it.
Right.
So Magneto's playing this well, though. He's playing a safety first stop for the most part himself. You have to move forward, you have to jump, but nice little bait.
Yeah, dash forward. And then dash back. It's a variation of the shimmy right there. It's not the movement. It's not anything. I'll tell you right now, most people react to try to tech a throw based off of you didn't see the opponent attack for for half a second. And that's why neutral jumps work, back dashes work, walk back works, even the non-moving shimmy with some characters that can just crouch there. Those things all work because it's always about the timing. They feel like if they haven't seen an attack, they have to try to take a throw. Gotta watch out. Yeah, he throws them backwards to avoid the can. I like that. The can was still in play.
Magneto still making this work, can. Oh, can he punish? I'm sure he could have.
I don't think he was expecting the Tatsu.
Right, I think that's what it was.
Yeah. Maybe not.
Big threat right now, Magneto. He finds, oh yes, activation. Samurais in the corner. He wants to escape.
What a great jump timing, but he was too far. He didn't feel confident enough that a sand medium punch is going to hit there and now throw back into the corner. Oh boy.
Had to activate once. He was there. Did he get it? He did!
Die 1,000 deaths! The raging demon lands its target. Oh man. You know what? I was right there with Magneto.
You would've got caught.
I was not even looking at his super meter.
You would've got got.
Yeah, as soon as he did the heavy punch, you're like, oh, time to punish. And then he activated V-Trigger, and I was like, oh, that's right, he had that to be safe. And then I wasn't even thinking about it. That was my train of thought right there. So I wonder if Magneto got caught by a very similar train of thought.
Will he make a switch? He's gone back to the character select screen.
Man. Very rare that you see Akuma's bust that out like right away.
It felt right. Yeah, I definitely like this. You know what's interesting is I have gotten used to this wild lion Akuma, and now I see older Akumas and I think, man, I don't like it.
Dude, I saw Street Fighter 4 Akuma. I was like, wow, was he really this ugly back then? I know Samurai is kind of sad because I don't think they have the Samurai Akuma outfit. Was it Samurai Akuma or was it Samurai Ryu? It was Ryu that had the samurai outfit. That's right.
But I like this Mummy Dhalsim outfit too. Some of his far limbs are like kind of weird to see. So it's kind of cool.
But it's interesting to me that it worked out so well because like it doesn't look like he stretches. Like they actually seem like that they took the time to make sure they animated the coils right.
Cool.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. So I've seen Magneto play this character too. He and I have played online a few times.
Oh, cool. Okay.
This is one of the characters I've seen him use. I've seen him use it on stream as well. So we'll see if this works out. It can be a tough one. Sim, I feel, has the tools to keep Akuma out, but of course, once Akuma's in and once Sim has to deal with the opponent up close, that's bad news.
Nice parry. Trying to get in there. Nice. A good float there from Magneto, but didn't get anything out of that.
A little bit mistimed, it looked like.
Teleports out of there. Okay, I do see it. Yeah, the coils are stretching. Okay.
Yeah, but it looks nice.
Yeah, it does look
They're just kind of hidden sometimes, kind of weird.
Yeah.
Will he go in for mix-ups? Yes. Again, big advantage frames. Look at that life, it's melting.
Oh my god.
Mikey had to get out of there.
Oh my god, the jumping light kick worked. Yeah, he had to teleport there. Oh man, nice little dance back and forth.
Yeah, he tried to escape. You can see it from Magneto. He thought, I think, about doing instant air teleport out, but he was already
right. And then right when he did that demon flip, yeah. I think he wanted to hit him out of the air or something, but then just ate the fireball, unfortunately.
Ooh, you went in. All right, I don't like the start here. Magneto has put himself into the corner. It's a bad spot already. Lots of life lost, lots of stun, already mounted. He's got a battle.
I mean, that was high damage shimmy punish right there with a back heavy punch launch. Okay, yeah, see, that time he did hit him out of the air. Oh, just jabs him out, but then gets the crouching medium punch. Combo confirmed. Oh!
Bad news right now for Magneto. He's fought. He's still there. Very nice use of the reversal. Do not let go of the corner. Anything will do it. Anything. Can he find anything here?
But you see how Samurai is playing? He's so brave with all the things he's doing. He hasn't moved left, down, back in like 5 or 10 seconds on that clock.
Yep,
he was completely confident.
Mix up.
Oh, we got him. He got him. Here we go.
EX, he would have gotten another EX in the corner. Oh, not one more either way. Where's he going?
Oh, no.
And Magneto just didn't expect it. Samurai wakes up with EX. That was for the round either way. You know, that was for the round.
Yeah.
But for Mikey, that mix-up, that guess, was for the match. For Magneto, it wouldn't have been. He had a lot of work left. So in that instance, Mikey is freer to take more of a risk without really having as much risk.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
In terms of the match as an overall set. So very nicely played by Mikey.
I wonder if Magneto was trying to set up like a block string into the critical art. You know what I mean? That's the thing is like if you know that your opponent knows that you can chip you to death if they block, they're not gonna block. You know what I mean? So
I hear you. So Magneto goes to the loser's side.
That's right. Back over there, I don't know if you see it on the top screen. That's the VR thing. That's somebody actually trying to punch the car back there. It's actually...
Is that a Zangief arm that I see? No,
no, that's a Ryu arm. That's
okay.
For sure the Ryu arm. But like, I believe this was developed completely just for this event here. So, I mean... That's
really
actually
cool.
really cool, them taking the time, and you can actually kick. Yeah, see, there you go. You can start kicking and stuff.
What I haven't seen anybody do is just bend down. I feel like that's like more optimal.
Yeah.
Just like bend, just get on your knees.
Yeah, but here we go. Here's a replay of the first match right here. Oh, the demon. That demon animation is actually really cool because they changed the lighting, but if you get rid of the lighting, there's actually, you can see what he does. Here we go, and oh, he actually went for a crouching light punch there. Yeah, watch his reaction here.
Is it down fierce at the very end?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With the utmost confidence, too. He did it, was like, yep. And then you breathe a little bit of sigh of relief. But Magneto still has a chance. He's in loser's bracket now, so he can still make it out on loser's side.
He will play against Slavic Gold to do so. That's right, Slavic Gold.
Slavic Gold?
Slavic.
Slavic Gold. Okay, I like that.
Mm-hmm. This tournament included folks named Slavic Gold and the Jewish Jew, and I feel right at home here.
The Jewish Jew.
Yes, that was another competitor's name.
Nice, but I mean, does that upset you then? Do you think that, aren't you in the FGC the Jewish Jew, or no?
No, Ari has me.
Ari does?
Nah, he doesn't.
I was about to say, just because of the name?
Just
no,
only because of the name.
No.
So, hey man, I got the Slavic heritage too, you know how it goes. So there are a couple of cabinets right up in front. There's an ST cabin, there's a Third Strike cabin, there's a bunch of Third Strike casuals going on up there. That's pretty cool to watch, but we're gonna watch Street Fighter V. Instead, it's gonna be Ed versus another Dhalsim. I'm happy to see that.
Good stuff.
The names up there very shortly.
All right, stayed in the front.
So far, I like some of the set play seeing out of the sim. Very active play from him. Very buttonsy, very movement heavy. He's not sitting still. Every sim has a different style, and his is to be up there in the air.
Sim's one of those characters that you can really get a chance to play very differently. Woo!
Yeah, your personality really comes out. That's the nice thing about Sim, for sure.
Ooh, he got the EX Psycho upper in there. Trying to apply the pressure, but good defense right now from K-Money.
Very nice reaction to the V-Scope, his own V-Scope going up into the air.
I feel like that was one of the more significant, buffs in the mid-season patch was Dhalsim getting that crouching medium kick.
Oh yeah, for sure. Down back medium.
Oh yeah, down back medium. Nice low button for to get them to respect it so that they just can't stand most of the time.
Agreed. Bisu versus K-Money.
Yeah, so far, I haven't. Bisu really hasn't had a chance to do any end moves yet. Okay, here we go.
Time to do some head stuff. I don't know. There's just been so much good movement and defense out of K-Money. His own offense too, a lot of the time.
All right, here we go. This is gonna be big damage for him.
Well, could have been.
Yeah, didn't get much after that. Oh, interrupting. So one thing that we've definitely learned about Bisu is that he likes to do those EX Psycho uppers.
Well,
yeah,
you can react so easily and do them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a very simple command. Now he needs to make his way in, and K-Money does not want any part of that. Just getting away if you can.
Nice tech. Oh boy. Oh, he didn't get the proper link. Oh, that's got to be punished.
It could have been. It was only a down strong. It could have been.
Man, but maybe he was scared to go for a combo off of that. I don't know. Well, you got to go for at least the flicker.
Bisu. Playing fighting games. Taking a break from the old StarCraft. And his opponent looks like Buffalo FGC K-Money. So what's up to everybody hanging out there in Buffalo? Thanks for watching. Supporting your guy if you are doing so. And I like the sim. I thought he did a lot of cool stuff. So now what's the switch? If there's a switch. What's Bisu gonna do? Considering Akuma. We just saw that method.
Yep. Oh, no. Now he's gonna go with Karin instead.
Dhalsim. Alright, so in Karin, you got a character that can be pretty tough for Dhalsim. That movement of hers, the big far range jump roundhouse, the excellent pressure up close. Once she gets started, it's very hard for Sim to get away. But she has really good tools to get back in. So not an easy time. I like this pick.
I like the stage too.
That's the button I'm talking about.
Recreation of that recreation of the Cami stage from Super Turbo. Definitely saw that stage all the time.
Oh, that's for sure.
Would play that character. Good reason.
Yeah.
All right, throw him back into the corner. What's the mix-up? Nothing too crazy right there from K-Money.
No. So again, moving forward, again, that far jump roundhouse. If there's no roundhouse, then it's hard to anti-air because she's so far away.
Stun. Great
Roundhouse
sequence here.
Is a great button too, so hard to anti-air even by itself. It's possible, of course, but as Dhalsim, you really got to read into it. You really got to expect it.
That's always the way Dhalsim's been, though. You know, knowing which anti-air button to use at which distance.
Yep.
It's always been one of the marks of the best Dhalsim players if you've seen him use like 3 or 4 different anti-air buttons.
Right there was nothing, and so Bisu got in. It's a very smart character pick. I like this a lot.
Wow, that actually caught the neutral jump. I'm surprised.
Just staying away as K-Money, looking for something. It's light though. Bisu now has the opponent.
Oh, he did! Alright, no, oh, mistimed that fireball, unfortunately.
Oh, that's so much meter gone.
Now, oh, wow, okay, single hit confirmed. I was about to say, was stuck in the corner, but instead, Bisu gets right out of there with the shoulder into the critical art confirmed. It is confirmable on 1 hit. Very long cancel window on that move. Well, he goes right back in for it again.
Very hard round for K-Money. He needs something. What? It was still invincible on the universal. Just weird. Hey, but alright, harassing all of a sudden. And I think part of why that worked is because K-Money had not been harassing like that on the ground.
Yeah.
He hadn't really played that, especially against Karin, especially this game. He hadn't really done that, so I like it. Match point for him as a result. Smart change. Down strong is one of the main ways to deal with far jump roundhouse.
And then anti-air all ready to go. Again, oh, from the front, that was kind of an interesting mix-up. Don't know if that's what he wanted to do, because you can see right there, even after hitting that sniper move, you end up getting punished anyway.
So he did change his gameplay. Look at how many buttons he's pressing on the ground.
Yeah.
He's seen this. He saw that it worked out. I love it. He played that last round.
Oh, man.
Super well. He learned exactly the right lesson from the previous round. Very smart stuff. Very smart.
Yeah. Really just kind of turned up the energy. Started attacking a lot more. Not trying to make it harder for Karin to navigate all the buttons.
Right. So nice work.
Following him off the stage. Once again, you are watching this. We're coming to you live from the castle at, what is it, Park Place, I believe it was?
You know, that was losers finals of the pool. Psycho and Bisu made it to winners finals.
Okay.
Psycho beat Bisu, and then Bisu lost to
unfortunate.
K-Money. So once you get to winners finals and you go 0-2, that's the worst feeling. But that's the feeling that Bisu has right now. K-Money moves on. And we move on to another pool. We're just kind of hopping around right now. It's not all in the same pool. We're just looking at a bunch of losers finals and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, we're rounding things out here. So Guilty.
Graft Guilty.
Yes, she beat Zhu Bailey in her first round matchup and then has made it into winners finals of her pool versus 39S Kion Mode, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay,
whatever you want to say, it's fine. Meanwhile, Zhu Bailey's still in the pool. He's actually in losers finals. He will play the loser of this.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, I mean, we just literally heard over the announcement, Zhu Bailey to the stage. So I imagine whoever loses this will stay on.
Ooh, all right. We got the possibility for another 0-2 once you get to winners finals. Killer.
Well, you were actually telling me that Guilty has been playing a lot of Manat.
Yes,
recently.
she has switched exclusively to Manat.
And you know what? It's interesting because I feel like Manat plays more like Dhalsim than Dhalsim does in this game in a weird way, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. She likes the character a lot as a character, but then she also really likes the play style. It fits her well. She likes to have that. Her Dhalsim was not like a patient zoning Dhalsim. Even in SF4, she doesn't play that style. She's a very active player, but she wants to zone sometimes. And I feel that Manat is more accustomed to that. That's kind of a better fit for how Manat plays. She's a harasser. She's a zoner, but she's a big-time harasser, and she can be a big old jerk up close once you get things started.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other great thing is that V-trigger plays to what Guilty wants to do then when she starts going more ham on you like she did with Dhalsim in Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, honestly, I really like this character. I really like Manat.
Oh, yeah, she's cool.
Honestly, if I was competing in this game, I would have been playing Cammy this whole entire time. I probably would have picked up Manat at this point because I really enjoy this character. I think she's just really cool. Oh, are we going with the school? Dude, I like this one because
it's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice because the book actually animates. I mean, it's nicely done there.
Oh, for sure. I like it a lot.
So instead of an orb, it's going to be a book. Going up against Chun-Li. Okay. Now, this is going to be a little bit interesting because Chun-Li has a lot of good range on her normals, but she might get outranged. Well, she's definitely going to get outranged by standing heavy punch.
Sure.
But that one, of course,
strong
is a
and heavy
risk.
punch. Puts it out immediately. Looks like there's an issue.
Guilty's like, well, now you know what my opening gambit is.
It's fine.
Yeah, I know. It's fine.
They'll just figure out whatever the problem was. So it looks like Chun. Yeah, that is going to be a big deal in that matchup.
Yeah, it should be now.
The range on Manat.
Yeah, and the other problem, too, of course, is that Chun-Li has a higher jump. So, you know, I think that's going to give Manat more time to get her crouching heavy or standing heavy kick anti-airs.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. That said, although she has great range on stuff, it's quite unsafe at range. So if you have some fast, far-moving option, like I'm sure that Chun-Li can punish stand strong with legs from range, good range, right? So it's not going to be free stuff. We'll see how it goes. Coming in immediately is Guilty, trying for the overhead, but already Kion Mode was there.
Okay.
Let me know if I'm pronouncing that all wrong, if you know him.
Kion Mode, Kion Mode.
It could be anything.
Yeah, exactly. Well, bird kick's going to get him in there. And yeah, start with that pressure. Got to get the orb back. Still coming, but I love the head stomps to stay above it.
Very smart. And now pressuring well in the corner. Manat has some strength, but she is real bad when it comes to this corner. When it comes to defense, she's terrible, and Kion Mode just completely controlled. He knew exactly where he needed to be, and he harassed, and he did the work.
Yeah, not a lot of wake-up options for Manat. Not even a lot of fast buttons up close. Okay, reflecting the fireball. That's definitely a nice little, you know, caution to throw at Chun-Li. So you gotta worry about this. Yep.
Trying to do a better job is Guilty of being mobile and staying away.
See right now how
that jump around, look at that
button. The range on that. I mean, the toughest part is you lose the book for just a tiny brief second after that.
That book.
But it's still back there, but the problem is without the book, you gotta find the time to activate it.
I know.
And it's tough.
The book.
Especially if your opponent is just going in like this and gets the stun. The book is still out there.
She just wants to read, all right? She's a studious young lady. She wants to read. You're not letting her.
Oh, okay, gets the throw, but back throw, unfortunately.
Maybe a chance to get the good word again. There it is. Super and yes, activates.
Oh, here we go. Yep.
Into not much.
Oh, I like the V reversal, and then they just the stare down and Chiamo mode right there with a well-timed crouching medium kick. And again, there's a great example right there. Both of them probably hit the buttons at almost the exact same time, but up close, Minot's speed of the buttons is the issue.
Fight.
And look at this, Guilty is not going to change, not going to go back to Dhalsim.
She's just playing Minot.
Oh, did you see the orb scroll down to her hand? It actually caught Chun-Li in the recovery of her kick.
Kind of moving some unsafe ranges. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, punishable.
Perfect example, yeah.
Stand here, stand strong, or great buttons, but punishable.
Here we go. Now time for Guilty to see if she can land some of her combos. Oh, dropped it right at the end, unfortunately, so not going to get the full damage, but
that was a good series anyway. A lot of damage, a lot of corner control, or corner movement, excuse me. But that said, Chiamo jumps in the perfect time. 2 hits away from doing this.
Yeah, man, that's going to be... Oh, no, a drop. That was after the V-trigger activation. Pretty sure he probably meant to do just like crouching medium kick into spinning bird kick. Oh, what a jump. Oh, no, it was blocked.
That is, well, you know what? It's a big old scramble. They're just going to go back to playing the Street Fighter. It's all
yeah,
right.
I mean, the toughest part is she's going to lose all that meter. But the thing about it is Minot really doesn't need a lot of meter while she's fighting compared to a lot of the other characters. That's why you see players like Goichi end every round with a critical art almost every single time.
Useful for combos, useful for wake up. But
yeah.
Other than that, yeah. So here's Chiamo. That's what he's looking for, and now he gets the pressure. 1 or 2 anyway. Guilty trying to just find her spot.
Yeah.
She's very buttonsy.
Guilty has not been able to stop Chiamo's jumps very well. That's the one thing I will say.
Tried for a bunch of frame traps there. This may work! Yes! That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah!
The super is important for wake up because it's your only tool, and Guilty is not afraid to bet it in just that way. So nice job to her. She takes the second game. It's one where she did play it a lot better. Yeah, and to be honest with you, Chiamo was being very aggressive. Very aggressive, and you know, that was not even like, oh, I'm gonna bet it. Like, that was a pretty safe bet because he had been super aggressive on her wake up almost the entire game. I agree.
Yeah, that neutral jump heavy kick, such a nice butt.
Ooh, all right, Chiamo's making some crazy calls, but they have worked. In here now for the pressure. Guilty trying to play patiently, trying to just block it out.
Oh, that was kind of high up. But that's why Guilty didn't hit anything afterwards.
It's there.
Retracted it now, and Chiamo still has this corner position, but unfortunately with a back throw, he's gonna let Guilty out of the corner.
Guilty just playing patiently. I like a spot from her. She can capitalize. Yes, she may be able to take this.
Oh no! Again, just dropped it a little bit. Minot's combos are very distance dependent. So those V-trigger combos, nice. Had the defensive orb launched out there without putting herself at any risk by throwing any buttons, and then was able to confirm it afterwards.
Chiamo backing off now. It's a different look from him. He's away. He's not just rushing. And I wonder if that's going to work. Because it's such a different style. Yeah, okay.
Here we go. Try to get in there. I think
already? Dang, that was super quick.
Gosh, that's the thing about Minot. Honestly, like if she had a 3-bar V-trigger, she would be booty butt cheeks. But thanks to the 2 V-trigger, I feel like she has a lot of threat.
Well, that's very unfortunate. Will she spend bar? No, not yet. Chiamo, now you can see him starting to get a little ahead of himself.
Yeah, he's always forgetting that that's there, but yeah, okay. Gets the throw. That was enough to take it. So Chiamo now bringing it down to the last round.
It's winners finals of the pool again. Loser has the worst job. They have to play against Zhu Bailey. Oh, gross. Nobody wants to do it.
But here we go, Chiamo trying to be aggressive again. Like I said, Guilty's done a good job with some of those buttons there, but Chiamo earlier has been doing well with jump timing, and Guilty has not been able to stop that. If he keeps trying to approach from the ground, he's going to run into a lot more of those heavy kicks. And
I like the V-skill a lot as a way to approach, too. It makes a lot of sense in this matchup. And now Chiamo is here.
And no book.
Super's there.
No book, too.
Super!
No,
it's not
gonna happen. Oh no! An accidental wall jump!
Oh, it's all
my
James,
god!
James. It's all
oh my
James.
god! An accidental wall jump, and that was a reset in the middle of that.
One more.
Oh
One
no!
more.
She might have just gone to a critical, or it might have even been enough.
We'll never know. Guilty now is on the back foot. Chiamo's in there. What? Will there be a super?
Oh my god! Oh my sec!
EX was the intention.
Overhead! What button did Guilty just hit there? It looked like it just missed.
Oh, look at him. Oh, man, he's... Wow. Well, congrats to him.
He would have, if he had lost that one, he would have been beating himself. He would almost, I think, guaranteed lose to Zhu Bailey, because I think he would be so beside himself for that.
Well, he advances to top 64. He's not qualified out. It's Guilty who has to play against Zhu Bailey in losers
Well, that's
finals.
what I mean. If he had lost that one, I don't think he would have been able to beat Zhu Bailey, because because after losing that, I think he would have just been like, oh, that wall jump messed me up.
No, yeah, I'm happy for him that it did work out. You know, it's the worst feeling to screw up and then lose. It's not the best feeling to screw up and then win anyway, but it certainly feels better. You know?
It's always gonna be a little bit better.
It's a little bit better. And Guilty did battle after that, so she can build on that. So anyway, congrats to Kion Mode, or however it's pronounced. Now we're going to move on to the losers finals.
And that is Mr. Alex Zhu Bailey, of course, the TO of CEO coming up.
Check it out. I'm going to look back at the very end of this thing here, when it got all crazy.
And so there was, this is not the one. This is not the one. This is not the one. Yeah, This was the wake up critical art, to catch the overhead that Chiamo. And I like that Chiamo was using the overhead just basically to stay in on Manat as much as possible.
Look at the reaction there.
Yeah, but here we go. This is the crazy
scramble at the very end. What was it? What button? Down fierce?
Heavy punch. Yeah.
I wonder why. Was it super?
Oh,
maybe
trying to chip out or something?
Maybe super. Oh,
because that thing does a ton of chip.
Oh, that I gotta ask her about that later. Whatever it was, I'm sure down fierce was not the intention.
Yeah, because that was the thing. I saw the book fly into the sky, and then the overhead of all things, like the overhead has no ability to go through anything.
Yeah.
So the fact that that actually happened was
she blocked
crazy.
Every overhead.
Yeah.
Right. That wasn't why she got hit there. It was just she was doing something else. Unfortunate for her, but she's got to get back on her feet and play against this guy, Alex Zhu Bailey. They already did play. They played earlier in this tournament.
Oh, she was the one who knocked him into loser's bracket first round, right?
She sure is.
So Zhu Bailey actually took the long route for this one. So.
Yeah, after he got sent to losers, he beat Switchipede, LNP 80, punished Vmon Dusty, and Armali.
I do like that little hoodie that he's got, the Street Fighter hoodie here. He's got a Ryu headband on there. Had the Furin Kazan on the. Well, I don't like what he's doing with it.
Well, he's got to do what he's got to do. All right, you got to wear a hat when you get to that degree. Either you shave it off or you wear a hat.
Yeah, that's true.
He made one of those choices. I'm not sure it's the right one, but he's sticking by it.
No, but I mean, do want to mention, you know, check out that Red Bull outfit for Balrog.
Cool.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Very cool. Always been a boxer player. He played Balrog in Super Turbo. He played Balrog in CBS 2. He played Balrog in Street Fighter 4, and now in SF5, of course.
Here we go. It's a good start now for Guilty.
Ooh, what a bar confirm.
Too far away, unfortunately. Guilty's got to find something else to make that work from that range. There's been a couple of times where that's missed now. And one unfortunate problem right now for Guilty, of course, is she just came from losing a match on the winner's side, so she's a little frustrated right now. And two, I still stand by the fact that I always believe in the run back. It's harder for the winner to win twice in a row.
Guilty starting off a little bit more in control. You see Zhu Bailey does not want to challenge the board. It's out there again. You know it's going to be right back out there.
Convert off of that. Sometimes you can grab that uppercut off of it.
Guilty very buttonsy now. And that's how Zhu Bailey played in the first round, so I get it from Guilty. She just wants to make sure that he stays out.
Hardest part right now for Guilty is that, like I said, she's gotten jumped in on a lot with hitting heavy punches and medium punches, and then she's had to respect that. I feel like she hasn't been able to bait an anti-air as well as you want to do with Manon.
Well, she's most of the time in this round not even been up close, but now she is. Zhu Bailey's there. He's a mix-up away.
Oh, he went for the overhead, and oh, not quite stunned.
Maybe. Yes! Guilty! Stays alive in the game.
Just catch him out of a teabag right there.
I think he did maybe teabag a little bit, but he was definitely doing something after.
I hope he was caught right out of it.
You can't get punished for teabagging.
Yeah,
That'd be sick.
I know. That's why I just want, I mean, like, if it happened, then Zhu Bailey's the person to have it happen to.
Puts it out, and now when's it going to come? As Boxer, you know, it's a matter of time. Great movement right there.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a lot of that Dhalsim familiarity in her movement. Excellent underneath! Oh yeah, she's really good.
Swap side, yeah, so the orb is a threat, but watch out. Balrog, any point in time can make this comeback.
Very nice. It's not the best V reversal, but that's a great spot to use it.
Just to avoid that whole gear situation. He still has some of that trigger left. And he's also got the critical art. Didn't choose to spend it, but next hit will, oh, what a block, but no punish. Not a successful punish. What?
There? Probably. Did he mistime it? He did not.
No, I don't think you can mistime that one. That thing has active frames for days.
I just don't have a lot of faith in his abilities. But hey, he took the game. Alex Zhu Bailey, dispassionate Guilty. Meanwhile, does not want to give him the benefit of the eyes. There it is. She unfortunately had to meet eyes with him. It's tough. Nobody wants to. Sometimes you gotta. So game number 2. Will she play more of an up-close style? She really had the intention of running away last game, but now it looks like dashing up.
Yeah,
much more pressure-heavy. It may have been that that zoning game worked out the first time they played, and now she's made the adaptation.
Right, yeah.
When's it coming?
It's really interesting. I really would have loved to have seen that first game to see how that played out.
Agreed.
Ooh, that was...
Let him go?
Boy, she's insistent on that overhead.
When you think something's gonna work,
combo.
She's gonna have super? Will she do it? Will she do it? She's pumping for it.
Okay, there we go. Oh no! Oh. I could have swore she was just gonna combo right into the super, but instead she called back the orb and used that opportunity to go up for the throw. Very risky. But as a result, she's got all this meter here. Like I said, she doesn't really need it as much as a lot of other characters, so maybe first hit she should just go to the critical art.
She's back to the zoning style. Well, maybe tried to go in, but Zhu Bailey shut it down. Nice whip punish, beautiful. She just really is cocky. Good stuff by Zhu Bailey to cage in the way he is.
Jumps over, yep, gets out of the corner. Oh, wow. Again, being insistent on that overhead.
Very nice. Guilty does stay away this time. Zhu Bailey's a big threat. Alex, if he finds anything right now, he can take this round. Easy. Easy. And he never did. It was just all Guilty. Look at that. Buttons at the perfect timings. Going in at the perfect timings. Again, dispassionate eyes, Guilty. Just doing the job. Meanwhile, peering deep into the sunken eyes of Alex Zhu Bailey is this camera here, trying to read what's behind the dome, but sometimes there's just no message. Sometimes there's nobody home. I think that's what we're looking at.
I think the X-rays are just bouncing off right now, so can't quite see what's inside the head of Zhu Bailey. Oh, look at that, right away again. Oh no!
Look, still got him. Very active is Alex.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, the light punch and the light kick orbs cannot hit crouching characters. And Zhu Bailey with a quick first round.
It was very fast. He got in there immediately. There was no bones about it.
Yeah, very quick aggression, and unfortunately, for Guilty now.
Got to see that difference in style from Guilty. We got to see more offense. That's what worked last game.
Oh, look at this.
Ooh, all right.
Yep.
Look at that
Good
stun bar
damage.
mounting. Oh, stun.
Not quite dizzy.
Anything. Here's that. Oh, I thought that was going to get him.
The orb just missed, and Zhu Bailey runs back just to stay safe. Nice air-to-air from Zhu Bailey. And again, you saw that crouching heavy punch up close.
Yeah, I don't know.
Might just be like a panic button or something like that.
Let him go. Oh, hey, grab works out. Guilty's actually in an all right place right now.
Oh, that would have been sick if she got that orb to juggle for the kill off of the crush counter. Ah! The orb is still coming.
Really nice stuff. So match point for both. It's losers finals. Guilty was in winners finals. She may go 0-2 after winners finals. Zhu Bailey may beat his demon, but maybe not. Guilty's still in.
Guilty beat Zhu Bailey earlier, first round of the tournament.
So far, Zhu Bailey is where he wants to be. He's pressuring, he's jumping at great times. He's tried to react to her moving with that dive kick almost every time, and so Guilty often will get hits because of it.
All right, activates that trigger again, tries to get in there. Yep, gets one orb, and here comes a couple of others, but I like the use of V-reversal. Wake up button, was that in time? It is! That super is so fast! Here's all this damage!
And then what? V-trigger is there. They're still there. The orbs. She lets a couple of them go. Another
one! He's
one!
got it built up. Watch out for medium, medium. Yep, there it is. And he goes in for the throw.
Anything.
Oh, she was ready for the delay. Guilty gets the back throw and sends Zhu Bailey out of the tournament in a double jeopardy.
No excitement in her eyes at all. She did it. Oh, well, she's nice. All right, fine. I was going to try to pump her up being a jerk. But
Well, she was shaking her head, basically saying, you never really stood a chance in the first place, right? So.
well, nice job to Alex. He got to losers finals of the pool. They're talking a little bit about
The
how
match,
the match goes. Yeah. So anyway, Guilty advances to top 64 in the loser side. And if you want to see who all has done so, you can go to smash.gg and check out the full bracket. It is, you will select Red Bull Battlegrounds on Smash.gg front page, and you can see everything, including what's going on in this tournament, in the Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 2. It's all up there.
That's right. It's been a lot. We've been playing all. I mean, you mentioned the third strike cabinet on the right side. You can see the Super Turbo cabinet sitting over there. It's been a celebration. It's, of course, the 30th anniversary of Street Fighter. So we have all these games being played over here. Very cool. Here you can see
it
right
was a good one. You know, it was a close one. Let him go. Ugh. Oh, yeah, that was nice. Well, I don't know about that, but he won the game.
I'm probably supposed to be a V reversal, you know, in the middle of that. Came out as a crouching heavy punch.
I can see that.
Now, but here we go. There, right there. Guilty just going for the gutsy throw in the middle of that. She ends up taking it.
Well, good job. So we move on to pool 23, and I'm looking forward to this one.
Well, if you want to talk about this pool as well at home, you can join the Red Bull Battlegrounds Discord group chat. Just go to Discord and look for Red Bull Esports, pound, hashtag, whatever.
Pound.
6612 on Discord. You can hang out over there.
Look, sometimes it's a pound and hashtag are not the same things. Pound is over hashtag. Hashtag is underneath category pound. Yeah, that's right.
What?
Yeah. It's like Kingdom Pound Phylum hashtag.
Oh, right, yeah, but, you know, it could also just be that that's just the Discord lingo, right? Maybe? I don't know.
I don't know how it works, man. So, Shinobid 33 versus R-LBS in loser's side. Bad Stone won this pool. He qualified in winner's side. He also beat R-LBS. So these last two players are two people who got sent home by the same dude, Bad Stone.
Oh, sent to loser's bracket, right.
I'm sorry, to loser's bracket. I've heard about R-LBS playing Zeku. He had a good guy in Street Fighter 4, so why not?
Right.
And he was marked out to us by a couple of people from the Northeast as a potential killer, although he is in losers, so we'll see. Against Shinobid 33.
We've actually seen a lot of Zekus here, you know? I mean, it's interesting because Zeku's pretty new.
Yep.
But one of the interesting things is that a lot of players, a lot of the times the new characters, like it took a while to see a lot of Colleen's, it took a while to see a lot of Eds, we don't see a lot of Abigail's, but we didn't see a lot of. But Zeku, Zeku. People have really picked up on this character. They've really attached to this character.
He's a cool character. He has nothing at all on Demon Bison, all right? Who is a billion times cooler. But he's pretty cool.
Devil Bison is, yeah, it's a Beelzebub Bison here. I like it.
Check out his horns. They're so horizontal.
They should have gave him more. I mean, I guess he does have hooves. Never mind.
Oh, he's got hooves. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he even has a belt on. So, are those pants he's wearing, or what's going on there? Do you think those are like his actual demon hair, his demon fur?
You know what? I don't want to think about it too much. Let's go back to this match here. Okay.
There's been a lot of jumping forward from Shinobi.
That jumping medium kick from old Zeku is really ambiguous.
Yeah,
it's confusing.
Willing to do it.
All right, switches over to young Zeku. Switches over to Strider now.
Trying to just react to something. You can see him just waiting out. He's outside of, well, he was outside of sweep range. He moves inside of it, and so Shinobi comes to town.
Oh, here we go, the mix-ups. Yeah, but R-LBS was ready for that. Standard Bison mix-up.
No EX? Very safe play right now by R-LBS.
Oh, okay. R-LBS taking round one. Doing a lot of the damage with old Zeku and then switching over to Strider. Able to finish the job. Gets in there with the moonsault slash, essentially. Push and flip kick.
A lot better from this Shinobi right now in the first round. Man, he was jumping forward. He was moving in. He was relentless. This time he looks a lot stronger. There's more patience. He's still taking risks, but he's much more solid in doing so.
There it is, that jumping medium kick from old Zeku. Like I said, really, it's hard to tell when it's going to cross up. Yeah, but as you mentioned, it looks like Shinobi trying to be a little more aggressive, trying to stay in closer a little bit more.
He's just being more cautious. He's certainly still moving forward, but it's not like he's jumping in wildly. It's very grounded.
Right.
It's scissors based. There's a lot of advantage frames in what he's doing, or at least safety.
Yeah, and he backed up, and then this time he backed up again because I think he was, oh my god, he's going to go into the critical art. Is it going to kill? No. I said that before it landed.
Did you?
I did.
Was that a one frame before?
Yes, that was a one frame prediction right
Great
there.
defense right now by R-LBS. Because that's a dangerous Bison over there. Oh,
boy. Watch out. Oh, man.
Wow, that had been regular scissors into EX. We would be in the next round, but hey, we're there anyway.
All right, nice comeback for Shinobi.
Wow, that must have hurt, but you know what? Zeku's going to come back. It's the next night. It can't be the same night. He's got to dress his wounds. He's got to come back. He's here, though.
Yeah, he went to the hospital for the burn ward and everything like that, so he's fine.
He's fine, yeah. It's only a day. Easy.
Nice. Oh, didn't get the second juggle, unfortunately. And now here comes Shinobi, staying with that pressure, using that EX scissor kick to get in there.
Very grounded stuff. And willing to give up trigger. I like this style a lot. It's just very different than in the first round.
Right.
R-LBS is just blocking it out. He's trying to just get away. Trying to outrange, and that just hasn't worked.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's sticking with young Zeku right now. Old Zeku was doing a good job, I felt like, kind of getting Shinobi to try to get in.
Well, I think that was in the first round, but in that second round, there was so much more patience and grounded stuff from Shinobi that maybe the zoning of old Zeku doesn't matter. In any case, R-LBS needs something. He needs to move forward, needs to find his way in. Shinobi's trying to pay attention to it.
There it is!
And
Yeah, there it is.
Is that going to do it, you think, James?
Yeah, well, that's definitely going to do it. And so, R-LBS takes it, and maybe that's one of the reasons why he was sticking with young Zeku, because definitely better range on the crouching medium kick, could convert right into the critical art that way off of the V-trigger.
Well, tough game to lose for Shinobi, who I think was playing much better towards the end of it than he did at the start. But we'll see if he can continue that. If so, he might be looking good. Jumping in the way he did in the first round. And again, this time he not anti-air, lucky.
Keeping that pressure going. but unfortunately jumped over him, so that that entire push into the corner now all for naught.
Found something, but very light still. I think just dashing, it's very grounded play. Now he knows there's no DP. Now he goes in.
It's a young Zeku, but doesn't just get the raw jump in like that. Nice! Uses the down heavy kick option on the Bushin flip to throw him into the corner. On Bushin chain, I should say.
And once you have that V-trigger going, or if you have it ready to activate, you can start sliding and be safe. You know, and find big moments for yourself. That's exactly what RLBS did. He's at match point. Again, grounded. There's RLBS looking for anti-airs, looks like. Oh, he was! It didn't work.
Sometimes Bison's jump attacks like that, they just have a good hitbox on them.
Definitely.
Good priority. Countering with that standing light kick. Such a nice button for Bison, and here we go. Just gets a good chunk of damage there. Hopefully he can build another V-trigger in this round. Just land some V-skills, but not the easiest thing to land.
The medium's been working. Comes in, he's got a crush. That builds some V-meter. Shinobi is very much in here. Got the corner. You know he wants to activate, and so RLBS jumps away from it. And I think he's trying to outrange scissors and slide.
This is like 3 or 4 times now. Oh, the crush! And yeah, okay, he was like, wait, okay, EX scissors. But there's a lot of times now Shinobi has gotten RLBS into the corner, backs up a little, almost as if to anticipate RLBS trying to jump out of the corner, and then RLBS jumps, and Shinobi just blocks.
Yeah. Moving forward pretty seriously here is RLBS. No.
Right, switching to young side right now. It's interesting, RBBS really does this kind of like first half of your life in old Zeku, second half of your life with young Zeku mindset. It's actually kind of fascinating. It's like when he gets the meter and the V-trigger, he feels like it works better with young Zeku.
Well, that could be.
So
he does have more movement.
Oh, there it is. That should do it into the critical art, and RLBS is going to advance on the loser's side. And I really like how all the Zekus that we've seen play today have usually been, I'm just sticking with this one version of Zeku for this particular matchup.
Okay.
But RLBS really feels like he has a philosophy on that change. He starts with old Zeku, kind of chips you away, builds a little meter, builds a little, you know, gets some critical art bar through grams. And then as soon as he gets to the point where it's almost full and he almost has the V-trigger, he changes over to young Zeku because he has a better chance of landing that V-trigger. How many times did he end a round with that? Like 3 rounds he ended with that.
Yeah.
One time it didn't quite kill, but for the most part it was right there. So I really like that philosophy with Zeku. It's definitely one of the more unique ones we've seen today.
We're going to move to pool 18. This is Comi.
Nice, strong player from New York.
Yep, but he's in losers. Wow, this is a sick matchup.
Wait, who did he get into losers by?
So Burkish beat Comi in winners finals.
Okay.
All right. Burkish also beat Lucky D, and guess what? Losers finals is going to be Pi, Comi. There you see him, and Lucky D, the Boston fella. One of the top Massachusetts players for many years, and not just a player, he's a big-time community organizer and has done a great job at helping grow the scene. Lots of respect for him.
That's never a fun job, but you know what? There's a lot of people out there who do it, they do it well, and they do a lot for their community. Shout-outs to all those guys. It is a thankless job being a community organizer.
Yeah. But it's very rewarding.
Yep. If you can help grow your scene, and once you start seeing players from your area grow stronger and travel. Ooh, look at this emotion from Lucky D here.
He's in his building. You know, the scene would be, I'm sure, very happy to see him do well. In fact, there's quite a few players who just walked over to the front row, and I can hear them yelling. Giving him the thumbs up and the like. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, well, also from the New England area, of course, is Comi, so... Of course, he plays at New York most of the time. See him on LBC, part of Team Pi. Most of the tournaments that I see him at, he's usually, you know, traveling with fellow former Pi member Smug.
Now, Lucky D,
Whoa, look at this.
historically was a Dhalsim player. He went to Cami for a while. Right now, he's playing...
Is he a DJ? I mean, he's playing DJ right now. I mean, even though Dhalsim's on, he's got Dhalsim there, he is definitely playing DJ right now.
So will it be Dhalsim then? Because I know he had been playing Cami. I haven't seen him play Sim in a little while.
Look
at this, man. He's pounding on that stick.
Yeah, I know.
Meanwhile, Comi with Urien.
Interesting. He's always been a Nikali player.
Yes, he has, and I'm very surprised to see him play not Nikali against Dhalsim. I wonder if there was a blind pick before this.
Could have been. Here you go with the recreated bicep. I really like all of the recreated stages.
Yes.
I feel like they've done a really great job with the Street Fighter 2 stages.
Absolutely. With the pagoda, that's a misunderstood as a bell, and has been a bell ever since in the background.
Yeah, I saw that. I wasn't sure if that was real or if that was... I'm not sure. I have to think about that one.
It looks like a pagoda. I don't know. But Lucky D so far has done a great job. He's expected forward movement when Comi has come, and he's respected it. But other than that, he's had a lot of control, been able to battle defensively very well, which is extremely important, of course, as Dhalsim.
Look at this pressure from Lucky D.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? He's always been one of the most creative Dhalsims. He's always been one of the best at finding stuff and using new ideas.
Oh, but Comi there got the crouching medium punch after the jump in. You can wing after that, but he didn't get anything.
Look at his movement. He's not letting Comi go. You know Comi wants to just get some space and get EX and get started with the trigger.
Oh,
he may
boy,
now.
yep.
He may now.
Throw. What's the setup? Oh, just teleports out. Uh-oh. That could be it.
Actually.
That could be it.
Will he find this? Will he get... Well, he did end up killing, but man, he definitely could have without the mix-up.
Yeah, he could have just went to the EX tackle instead. Unfortunately for Lucky D, and all that work, all that great sequences right there.
Well, that's how it is.
One of the things that Comi might be looking. Oh, that's gonna burn him really bad spot right there. But one thing that Comi, I feel like, is making a mistake is he is crouch blocking a lot, right? So he's standing still, he's trying to charge for tackles and headbutts.
Yep.
And what that's doing is that's making him not move enough that Lucky D can really aim those drills really, really well.
Well, but the drill can just be reacted to with up plus EX punches, which is, I think, a big part of why he's been holding down so much.
I haven't seen that happen too much yet. Can he have another comeback? He's got the V-trigger, but oh my god, the sniper at the last second.
Nice stuff. Again, Lucky D, like I said, I really like his movement. It's one of the things I've always liked most about his Dhalsim. Movement and creativity, I think he's among the best when it comes to Sim. Look at this pressure now. Backing off a little bit, okay with it. And you gotta be okay with backing off against Dhalsim sometimes. Because if you do back off and you get that, then it's huge.
Yep.
It's exactly the reason to back off.
Oh, what a block by Lucky D. Knew that that was going to go to the other side. That was a little... Slides right under it. And he's got to spend the other one. So that means you're not worried about the... Oh, because that's punishable. Here we go. No V-trigger possibilities for Comi for this round.
And now, just like that, yeah, Lucky D was in trouble. As soon as he spent his bar, and he didn't really have the threat of EX fire to control the ground anymore, it was tough looking for him, and Comi's recognized that. He got in and he did the trick.
See if Lucky D decides to stick with Dhalsim or switches to another character. Nope, gonna stick with Dhalsim. Alrighty. That's the character that that was his main in 4, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It was.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Great recognition by Cami that it was his turn to move. He's been doing a lot of his own good stuff. I've been talking a lot about Lucky D, but I really like Comi's Urien so far. The movement for him has been good. Here we go. Stun. Yes, it's going to be close to the round.
Wow. Not sure what Comi was trying to do, but that was a great round for Lucky D. I mean, to be honest, in that first game, Lucky D had a lot of solid rounds as well.
He
but
did.
Comi, you know, with the Urien's potential with the comeback off of the V-trigger is always a problem. It's always a threat. It's just something that you have to remember that he's capable of. Yap knows that wasn't a true block straight. We've seen Lucky D do that a couple of times.
Throw him right out of background house. And then excellent movement again by Lucky D. Comi, though, has found the corner. This is huge!
Oh, man.
One mix-up until he takes this round.
So much damage.
There it is.
Yeah, and it just catches him with the standard shimmy, and that towards heavy punch is definitely going to reach. Thing has such great range. All right, it's match point now for Comi. Trying to make it out on loser's side of the bracket.
Well, reversal what? Maybe headbutt. Hard to know, but EX is ready, and you know he wants to react to something. So Lucky D doesn't give it to him. Very smart.
And again, Lucky D has really had a great time aiming those drills against Comi. I don't feel like Kami's been moving enough necessarily to throw that off.
Kami's in there, blocked well, but still the mix-up.
Nice timing on that teleport to get past the mirror, but guess what? You're not, safe again.
Underneath.
Was that supposed to be a super and not a...
Maybe unlucky Daniel right now. Is that gonna do it? I'm not sure. No, he's in trouble.
Oh, boy.
He's in big time trouble, James. Can he
Look at this pressure. He's gonna try to beat reversal himself out of there. He can't do it. The crouching leg kick from Comi is gonna take it. Oh, yeah, and the head shake from Lucky D.
After the forward strong, you're looking for the overhead, but instead crouching short the low. Nice stuff by Comi, but boy, you can see the disappointment over there on Lucky D's side.
Yeah, that critical art getting thrown was a heartbreaker. You really gotta recover from that, and that's a hard one to recover from.
Yeah, that's tough times. So,
because the thing about it is, normally when you play this game, you have this plan of what's going to happen. You activate the critical art like that. You're like, okay, that should be the end of the round. But then you get thrown, and then you're like, wait a minute, I didn't have a backup plan. And so you're trying to figure out what to do, and that's when you get into that weird scrambly situation. Lucky D was scrambling for his life at that point in time, which is why Comi was able to pick away at it with all those little buttons and eventually just take it, like you said, with the overhead fake.
Comi played very, very well. I liked a lot of what he did.
Oh, man.
But yeah, tough times for Daniel there.
It's almost like he knew what was going to happen at the end, that expression right there.
Comi capitalized well on most things. He controlled a lot. He moved forward well, and I liked. I mean, I know you didn't like how much he was sitting still, but I actually really like that as a way to dissuade Dhalsim from doing dives because you have the down charge. I thought that was pretty cool. I think he played really well. There it is. So Comi moves on. We are going to move on to top 64 now. That is what
really? Okay,
we're doing.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Everything is done. And in fact, top 64 has begun already. Some things have been happening off stream.
Okay. What have we got so far?
I know that Psycho beat Kraymore.
2-1.
I also know that Vagabond beat A While.
2-0.
Yes. JB and Bad Stoned are playing, and The Good Ryan and General Kills are playing. You can go see who is playing against who on the stream on smash.gg. Check it out. I guess it looks like we're moving on. We're going to have Alex Smith versus Coin Up OG On.
Okay.
Got a Penn State jacket on, look like.
I'm surprised that Laura doesn't have a Red Bull outfit right there for that jersey. I think it would fit perfectly. You can see right there. You can see the players right there on the stage. Once again, shout outs to Red Bull for all of the artwork and the stage design and everything. Do
By the way,
nice job.
We were totally screwing up dude's name. It's actually Keon, rather than whatever nonsense we were saying before. Thanks to Missing Person for the heads up.
Keon, okay, Keon mode. Oops, this is probably going to be a stage switch right here. Yep, not gonna play. Some people do get motion sickness from that stage. I think some of the players are like, I don't care. We could have played on that stage, but.
Not everybody cares about it, but it's the rule.
Yep. I mean, honestly, sometimes it's not even necessarily for the players. People watching it can also get a little bit disoriented. As a person who actually gets car sick, I'm surprised that the stage doesn't mess me up. Although the only time the stage messes me up is when the plane is tilting and the screen is moving and someone jumps. all of a sudden their jump arc looks weird to me.
Oh,
it actually messes up the jump arc to me for some reason.
Well, here we go. Ojion with Laura and Alex Smith with Karin. Character he's been playing for quite a while.
Okay. Catches with the sweep.
And trying to be movement heavy. You know, it's very important against Laura that you are not obvious with where you're standing. That lets her get things going. You got to be backward, you got to be forward, you got to be moving around. And so far, Alex Smith has been doing that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just try to get Laura.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be scary times. Oh, put a block on the overhead. Of course, oh yeah, right into the critical art.
I like this a lot, not just because it's damage, but also it's going to basically run out the V-trigger. Basically gone. Well, that's a big win for him.
Yeah, but gotta watch out. Oh, went for the overhead. Surprise. But see, again, perfect example right there. It wasn't the fact that, you know, he shimmied or whatever like that. Went for the overhead, and still that delay of not blocking something caused Ojion to hit a button.
Ojion getting ahead of himself. Here's the grab. Finally, he had just established that he was very buttonsy, so Alex Smith stood still. Time now for Alex, though. Woo! Oh, huge!
Oh, man. Just a tiny bit of life. Oh, was expecting a wake-up. Here we go. Nice. Max damage off of that. Oh, no. Not sure if... Because he did the Tenko juggle into a whiff Tenko and then dash forward, and that obviously was negative because Ojion was able to punish it before he had finished dashing.
Yeah, he may have been looking for a back tech, but it was quick rise. Ojion trying to move forward. All of a sudden, he had been playing patiently. Lots more of this away from him stuff rather than trying to rush.
Ojion really hasn't used a lot of Laura's meter. He's been sitting on meter for long times.
Ooh, huh. Looking for something, didn't come.
Yeah, didn't think he was gonna just get hit by that jumping light kick.
Right.
All right, well, the next hit from Alex.
Oh, there was too much rhythm.
Yeah.
It was too rhythmic of an approach. And Ojion, after having seen, was it 3 buttons, I think, that were with the exact same rhythm? Ojion saw that and he expected it and he blew it up. So very nice by him to pay attention to that. Alex Smith's got to vary it a little bit more.
Yeah, that was the exact same rhythm that he used earlier in that round.
Got to pay attention to that always.
It's interesting because, I mean, it's cool that you brought that up because that's something that a lot of people don't think about, like that rhythm of the buttons. It feels like that's what you're supposed to do, you know what I mean? And you don't realize that you do things at the same timing, which makes it obvious for the opponent to know how to counter poke you.
Just in general in fighting games, you cannot be predictable with anything. Right. Whether it's rhythm and buttons or anything else. You got to mix it up.
Oh, yeah, there's that mix-up, but a lot of people, that's the second time I've seen it blocked today.
Yeah.
People are getting used to it now.
That mix-up's like a year plus old. You got to know it at this point.
There it is, that standing medium kick counter hit combos. Ah!
Alex Smith is just getting harassed.
Yeah,
and his own pressure was very, very light. It was only the stand strong, there was nothing else. He's back to the neutral game. Maybe he feels more confident there. I do feel that his character has more control of it.
Yeah, Alex right now is trying to think, how do I get rid of this rest of this life? And he's hitting buttons, I feel like, at unsafe moments. Oh. That standing medium kick's so good.
He tried jab anti-air, it did not work. And then put himself in the bad spot.
Counter hit, okay, that time he actually did get him. It wasn't that different of a rhythm that he had done before, but it worked out for him that time.
I think he's worried about super? Yeah, he's really staying away. There's just the tippy toe of the stand light. From the front.
Oh, yeah, found it.
There it is, wow. Blow up there for Ojion. No, he hold on!
Oh, wow. The lean back of activating the fireball actually avoided the V reversal. So Ojion with a mistake at the end there that might have cost him. Very similar to like what happened to Keon, but
yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, bummer for Alex Smith, another Massachusetts boy, goes down. But he was in winners, which means he's still in losers. And we're going to move on. Looks like Wolf Crone is coming up to the stage. Let me see who he's playing.
Semifinals at this point in time because we saw Wolf Crone qualify. out of...
Yeah, that was already also top 64.
Yeah,
Wolfcron versus Ham Bam. Meanwhile, Alex Myers beat Hoji, and he will play the winner of Tampa Bison versus the Cool Kid.
Man. I hope we get to see that match.
K-Money eliminated Snake Eyes. K-Money, the Dhalsim player? Sick, all right, nice work. He was really good. I liked seeing him a lot. So congrats to him for beating Snake Eyes. That's a big one for...
I wonder if Snake Eyes switched to Akuma or if he had went with Zangief the whole time.
He must have played Akuma, I've got to imagine. I don't know. In losers, Guilty beat Boolicious. And Dominion beat Forte. Nephew beat Itachi's Legacy. Almaz beat Kevin Teak. Up to Snuff beat Akachi Rai. And Havoc 614 beat Desnir.
Ah, Desnir's out. Okay, that was one of the Zekus.
Yeah. JB beat Badstoned in winner's side, which means JB versus Vagabond will happen in second round top 64. Ooh. And Psycho versus General Kills will happen second round as well.
That actually sounds like the name of a character, Psycho General Kills. Or maybe it would sound better if it was General Psycho Kills. I don't know. Here you see Circa Wolf Crone.
Now, your theory was that him playing Zeku may have just been in pools, may not have been real, and you may have been right. Because here's Laura.
Yeah, it looks like he's got the Laura. I mean, it's interesting because Wolf Crone's Laura was really good, and Laura is a really good character.
Yeah.
You know, Zeku is kind of an unknown, so it feels like, to me, it would be like a pseudo downgrade, maybe.
Hard to know, but you may be right. You're probably right. You're probably right.
Especially, I mean, the reason why I felt that way was because that one round he was like, okay, young Zeku, let's just try this character. It felt like a learning moment, you know. Had he not done that, I would have believed more that he had gone to this character, you know, gone to the character as hardcore.
You were absolutely right, looks like. Wolf Crone doing the good work right now with Laura in the corner, exactly where he wants to be, of course, just harassing. Doesn't need to find big hits, just if he continues to maintain control of the corner, then that's a job well done. But Ham Bam fighting really well.
Still down a lot in life right now. Okay, got some counter pokes in there, and Laura with the punish at the proper range.
Oh, what?
Kind of a drop from Wolf Crone, but still able to take it after there. I mean, a lot of times when you screw up a combo like that, if you spend a lot of your time going, oh shoot, I messed up my combo, what do I do now? But you see players like Wolf Crone, they mess up a combo and immediately have that crouching heavy punch all ready to go.
Look at how well Wolf Crone moved his opponent into the corner. He threw a fireball and he just waited. He threw a fireball and he just waited. That said, all of a sudden coast to coast.
He tried a back throw. He wanted a back throw Balrog into the corner. Oh, traded.
Waking up with the stand short very fast. Overhead's gonna do it. Ham Bam, just like that. Ham Bam, thank you, ma'am.
Taking round number 2. One more round left. Let's see who's gonna take game number 1.
Again, very similar opening for Wolf Crone. He's got the fireball behind him.
Oh, the turnaround punch, obviously, with 93 seconds on the clock. Not gonna do that much damage, but... Ooh.
He had the right call, he just misplaced the anti-air. That allows Wolf Crone to get things going.
Oh, wow. Comes in with a surprise EX command dash.
Very smart timing there by Ham Bam.
Ham Bam backdashes, did not have to deal with that fireball. Nice. Counter the crouching heavy kick with his own. And he reads that, and this damage. Oh my god, it's enough!
Look at this man, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, nice job. Now, the chips are down. Will it still be Laura?
And you see him take a swig out of that Red Bull. He's like, I beat Wolf Crone, sponsor me.
Wolf Crone, of course, recently picked up by Circa Esports. You can see the hat, you can see on his chest.
And you could also see what inside that chest, too. The way that he was shaking his head, his heart is not feeling good right now. He is not a happy man.
No. I thought he played much of those rounds well, but of course Ham Bam just really cycled through and got it.
You know that Wolf Crone, oh my god. You know Wolf Crone really, this is his only chance, and he probably feels like he can do this.
Of course he's trying to get into the top 8 tomorrow, one of which will get into Capcom Cup. or they're already in there. Depends on who wins. In any case, here's Wolf Crone. Trying to make things happen. I like Ham Bam's movement. I thought it's been good, but unfortunately he's put himself into the corner pretty often because of it.
Right.
And that's tough to deal with. So cross up there, Circuit Wolf Crone's going to take that round. You know, you want to get away from Laura. You don't want to let her do things. But you got to balance that out with not getting put into the corner.
Still think that Red Bull Balrog outfit is pretty sick.
It's super really cool.
There goes that turnaround punch again early in the round. Dude, how crazy would it have been if you could actually charge your turnaround punch through rounds?
Oh, come on. Don't give him ideas.
I think he needs it. I think he needs it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
Ask LPN. So. Oh. All right, but nice quick rise from Ram Bam to not have to deal with that mix-up.
Yeah, in general, you should quick rise against Laura. There's sometimes, but it's very rare. Usually,
yeah, I mean, the thing about it is sometimes you're just not trying to quick rise because you expect the juggle to happen, so you're not even trying, and that's why a lot of people fall into that trap.
Wolf Crone is trying to stay far away. What is he? Is he looking maybe for something to do EX shoulder through? Trying to react to a dash punch? You can see he's just looking for something. He's just playing very reactively. It's very obvious.
He doesn't have a lot of life to make it through now.
No, now it's not going to work at all. Ham Bam, and now just like that is at match point. He may be able to do this versus Wolf Crone. We haven't seen Wolf Crone traveling as much as he had before. He was the best Laura in the US last year, but it hasn't been that way this year.
Do you know what area Ham Bam is from?
Negative.
Okay. GS. Not sure what the team for that is. But oh, look at this. Dashes up, uses the threat of the fireball. Wolf Crone trying to get in there. Wow, these turnaround punches. Ham Bam is all through. Oh, the clutch counter. But he missed the follow-up. Wake up able to anti-air and the V-reversal, but unfortunately he V-reversal. Oh my god, got sandwiched by the fireball. Watch out for the command throw mix-up. Okay, Wolf Crone just backs up. Says, you know what, I need to stop being too overly aggressive.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me too.
A lot of players have trouble turning that off, letting their foot off the brake. Once they get that sequence going, they just hold the pedal to the metal.
And you might feel like, hey, I'm Laura, I'm supposed to play the offense. But that doesn't mean that you have to be reckless about it. You need to find your right spots.
Yeah, and you'll see.
Ham Bam, for his sake, is playing this very well too. There's no big need for him to rush in. He can hang. A lot of time left on the clock for a character like Balrog.
Alright, what's this mix-up?
Great blocking.
Yeah, Wolf Crone said, you know what? If you want to throw me, you better throw me. I am. Uh-oh.
I think he did go in for the grab, and Ham Bam knew it. Ham Bam now has corner control, 17 seconds. That's not a lot of time without those resources, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah, just once he got into the air with that jump light kick, he didn't know which way to block. Unfortunately, it was a cross-up, and he got caught at the last second. And now Ham Bam, very different expression on his face compared to the first game. Saw him the first time he won, he like turned, it looked like looking at his friends and kind of cheering, and now thinking about it a little bit, the long exhale.
See what he does.
I don't expect a character change. I feel like that he was doing just fine with Balrog.
Oh yeah, I think so too. But we'll see.
Will we see character select here? Nope, he's gonna stick with it. Gonna go with the default outfit, the non-Red Bull outfit, so he can get himself white and pink. He's got himself Pink Ranger Balrog here.
All right, well, we'll see if that does it. Pump himself up a little bit, maybe. So far, wow, it's a nice start from Wolf Crone, but good battling there for GS Ham Bam.
Every time Ham Bam has done the turnaround punch at the start of a round, I've looked up at the clock, and it's always 93 seconds when he blocks it. I wonder if he has a specific timing to make sure that it's plus or safe on, 0 or plus on block.
Interesting. Yeah, you may be right.
But he knows he can let go of it at this time, and that will be at 3 or better.
Makes sense.
But
he's in a tough spot right now. Oh, all right.
Nothing, no juggling.
Got the corner for himself. Almost. Very smart by Wolf Crone. Just get rid of that pressure.
Yep, there it is.
Coming in at excellent timing. So Wolf Crone lost the first game, but I think the time that seemed like he was strong was when he, that was sick by the way, was when he just backed off after the pressure. And you could see he just felt completely in control. The blocking was there. Ever since then, he's looked like he has total control of this matchup.
And now even sweeping the turnaround punch.
Total
Goes for the throw, almost done.
Very tough right now for Hambam to make anything happen. He cannot get hit by anything. There it is.
Finally touched the button.
Good night.
And I like that from Wolf Crone. I like the fact that once he was one hit away from stun, Wolf Crone said, you know what, I'm not throwing him. I'm just going to keep pressuring. I'm just going to keep hitting buttons. Button, 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 button. Eventually, Hambam finally touched the button. And yeah, you could see the disappointment on Hambam's face. He was like, he was so happy when he won that first game.
Right. He was a game away from moving on in top 64. Why wouldn't you be happy with yourself? But unfortunately for him, ended up going south. Now, we move on. Looks like we got LPN coming up to play. Oh, all right.
Nice. LPN all the way from Northern California, also trying to make a last attempt to get here into the Capcom Cup. Very strong player. Glad that he's really stuck with Bison these days. He's always, I mean, look, every time he comes up, all everyone ever talks about is how much of a character variety he plays and everything like that.
That's not really the case now.
Yeah, he's been sticking with the character, and you know,
it's been basically Bison and Abigail since Abigail came out.
Yeah, and we've talked about this, that you know, while having multiple characters is definitely a strength for LPN, it was almost like it went beyond being a strength into weakness territory. And you know, it's weird to say that because what's the difference, James? You know, like when is it great, when is it bad? But
it's bad when you focus too much on different characters that you don't get all the little ins and out of any particular one.
Yep.
That's when it's bad.
And when you start second guessing yourself after you lose a game, and you're like, who should I use?
For sure.
Whatever, you know. That's always a situation right there.
I don't get it. If you know that you're coming up to play, why don't you just take your joystick out of that box before you actually get up there? You know you're next. You know it. There's nobody else in front of you. They tell you if you're next or not. And now we got to wait for LPN to take his stick out of the bag. He's got to take the actual cord out of the stick. He's got to look at it. He's still finagling with it.
Little did you know, but the LP stands for long play, basically.
Oh, man.
So he is trying to take his time as possible.
His opponent here is Eagle. LPN versus Eagle. Again, this is winner's side. LPN, well, I should say the winner of this one, in either case, is, let's see.
This is winner's side bracket,
It is, yeah. The winner of this will play against Wolf Crone. Ooh, by the way, Alex Myers, as I said, beat Hoji. Then Tampa Bison beat the Cool Kid 93.
So we've got Alex Myers versus Tampa Bison coming up next.
Exactly, that's their match. Also, Zaf beat Hevito, so Samurai versus Zaf will happen next round. Also, what did we say this was pronounced as?
Keon.
Keon, all right. Versus OG Yon. Also, Neon versus King Birdie. JB versus Vagabond.
So we got Keon.
Is happening.
We got Keon versus Gion. All right, well, it looks like these guys are going to be going with some Mika and M. Bison, as we said. That is what LPN goes with. Now, I think LPN probably plays quite often against...
There's a couple of NorCal Mikas.
Yeah, Paul Mikado, right? Doesn't he play Mika? Yeah.
He does. I imagine it's a matchup that he's definitely been, he's played before. I do think it can be tough for Bison. You know, I think that Mika can get in pretty well.
Oh, what a reaction to the drop kick using the V skill to absorb it. Oh, okay.
Definitely doable matchup, though.
Punishable. If you slide at point-blank range like that.
Very nice by LPN. Controlled well. Was patient when he needed to be. Yeah, that great damage mounting. Bison's mix-ups are not the best. It's basically just frame traps and then devil trigger nonsense, but devil trigger. You know what I mean. But doesn't really have overhead low command grab stuff. So a lot of it is about building up Grey Line, and he's really good at that. It's just you're worried about the grab because the Grey Lines you gotta deal with.
Nice backdash from LPN to avoid that neutral jump. Got the punish afterwards. And LPN looking like he's trying to build meter in third strike. Oh, okay. Armor gets through. Didn't even need to absorb anything. Oh, the invincibility on the V reversal lasted long enough to get right through Nadeshko.
It's just been a lot of LPN control. That may have been a chance. Eagle's on the ropes. Doesn't happen for him. Very nice movement by LPN. I always love watching Bisons with movement. You know, it's not an easy character to have movement with because you have to be funky with his various special moves, his dash. He's got a lot of good mobility, but it's not in walk speed, right? It's other stuff.
Right, but I mean, the one thing I will say though is that guys like Problem X are so good at even just using the subtle walking movement. It's not always just the dashing back and forth. It's a lot of times it's the subtle walking as well.
For sure, for sure.
And I just remember now too, Nando up in NorCal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they play each other probably even more than Avocado. Oh God, I love that.
We've seen Eagle try to panic out of some situations, and I did like the EX what that we saw one time, but other than that, I don't know. LPN still very much in control of this thing.
Round 2. Fight.
All right, LPN at match point now.
Gotta see more out of Eagle here. He's been the issue is that he has allowed LPN to get this movement going. That's really the. It's not just that LPN's been doing well because he has, but Eagle's also let much of it happen. Mistiming meaties, you know, meeting air to air at 4 times, jumping at 4 times. Unfortunately for him, he's just been at the wrong end of a lot of these decisions.
And you know, those Psycho
Oh no,
Flames
a big chance.
The Psycho Flames are all punishable on block except in V-Trigger, if I'm not mistaken. And there really just hasn't been, you got him with a crouching line kick. I mean, one time he got the EX Flying Peach. Here we go, LPN just trying to, look at him, just trying to knee him a bunch of times. That's the 4th one right there, and now,
Get out of here, LPN.
that was the OS whiff buffer right there. You throw out the standing heavy punch, and you put in the scissor kick just in case. And sure enough, it worked out because Eagle unfortunately hit a button and it got chopped.
I don't even know why you would press Fierce right then, right there. I don't even know. But it worked out perfectly. He was exactly right.
Because he's LPN, that's why.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, we just heard over the PA being announced. They said Alex Myers and Tampa Bison. I don't know, did they say if that was coming up to the stream?
I'm not sure, buddy, but I can tell you what's happened. Oh, let's take another look at some of this.
Yeah.
So there were moments,
Oh,
yeah.
God, I love that,
And
yeah.
after that, I'm not sure there was a drop kick. I think that may have been the last one he tried in this whole set. And dropkick is too important to give up.
Yeah.
There are ways to fake around via skill, just non-charge dropkick, for
Right.
example. Oh my
God. I didn't even see what that hit.
It was a down short, and it was perfectly timed. So we have some cool matches coming up for you. In the second round of winners, top 64, XSK Samurai versus Zaf. Is one of them Tampa Bison versus Alex Myers, Wolf Crone versus LPN, among others. But first, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more Red Bull Battlegrounds after this.